Is it possible to live a longer quality life after a heart disease diagnosis? We are the patients who have resolved to become healthier, both physically and mentally. From managing symptoms to managing side effects, from managing medication to managing finances. We share the challenges and the triumphs. Discover what it really means to survive and thrive with a heart condition. This is Living with Heart Disease, a Heart of a Giant production. Here is our host, Somane Bouba.
Today's a special day. I'm here today with Olivia Rose. There you go. But Olivia Rose, that's how we know her publicly. It's a great honor to have you on this podcast, and you are definitely one of my inspirations, especially because I've been connected a long time ago and been following your story from a distance. So I'm glad to be in touch with you today to get to know you a bit more and introduce you to the larger community and how you've been dealing with heart disease and so on and so forth. So welcome to Living with Heart Disease, where, people like yourself and patients and caregivers and sometimes medical professionals come and kind of tell us what it is like to live with heart disease. So today, to get us started, we'd like to welcome you and allow you to introduce yourself.
Thank you for having me, of course. I'm a two-time stroke survivor, a heart transplant recipient, and a former LVAD patient that has heart disease.
Amazing. That's so much in one story, right? How can one person have all of that? So to the extent that we can do that, we'll try to dissect it a little bit. But take us back to when this whole journey started.
Okay, so I was a bodybuilder, a natural bodybuilder back when this happened. So, and I've always been an athlete since I've been born. I've been playing volleyball, t-ball, basketball, tennis, soccer, track, everything, and flag football even. And so I was at a competition in Pittsburgh, and I started feeling nauseous backstage, and I slowly started falling to the floor, and I was actually having a stroke at that time, and I didn't know. The paramedics came to me and they said I was having a mini stroke and that I want to go to the hospital. I said yes, of course, so that I couldn't talk. My left side wasn't working at all. And so they took me to the hospital and the doctor gave me the TPA medication. And from there, they diagnosed me with dilated cardiomyopathy.
Wow.
So I was 25 when they diagnosed me.
Which year was that?
That was 2014.
Wow.
They told me to stop working out for I think a few months, and I think that was it. They were going to test again in December. So this happened in August. So they waited from August to December to do the test. So they did the echocardiogram. Oh, so before they did the test, my ejection fraction was 10 to 15%. Yeah, it was really low. So they had to do the medications. Okay. So then after the December, they did the echocardiogram. And it was still what 20. It went up to 25%, but still isn't really that great. So I had to get a defibrillator, SICD. Mine was on the side instead of right here.
Yeah.
4 years later, I was having trouble breathing, like laying down and breathing, and I was getting winded every time I would walk somewhere. So I went to the doctor and told them, I was like, oh, I can't breathe, I can't do all these different things, and they're like, okay, let me do an inhaler. Because they thought an inhaler would work. So they did that, and then they didn't do anything.
So they just let you go home?
Yeah. My primary care doctor is the one that was dealing with me.
Okay.
And he was telling my cardiologist that things weren't going right with me. And the cardiologist wasn't listening. He was just saying, oh, no, it's fine. Oh, oh, you're just making things up. Oh.
Because you don't look like you're sick.
Exactly. I don't look. That's the sad part. I got a job at the Pentagon. December 3rd, I went in and I was throwing up everywhere and I was just winded. I was tired and I felt sick. So before that, Thanksgiving came and I couldn't eat anything because I couldn't keep any food down at all. I couldn't keep my meds down or anything like that. I went to urgent care and they told me I was dehydrated.
Yeah.
So I needed to get fluids. I had to use the bathroom. And they were taking forever to come to me. So I just got up and went to use the bathroom myself. And I fell out in the bathroom.
My God.
I was having another stroke.
That was the second stroke.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So then they did a thrombectomy, the procedure where they go in your brain and take out the clot. And my right side was affected that time. So right now, my right hand still shakes. My right hand still shakes.
Yeah.
My legs were wobbly sometimes. And I had speech problems. But my speech right now is so great compared to what it was before. I can't even tell you. It was so bad. So I had to go to inpatient rehab. They did speech therapy, occupational therapy, and physical therapy in the rehab. Then I came home for 3 days, and I wasn't feeling better. So my parents brought me back to the hospital. So when I got back to the hospital, they couldn't find out what was wrong with me. So somebody said they wanted to come in and do a right heart cath.
Mm-hmm.
Did the right heart cath, and they found out I was in advanced heart failure. So I spent New Year's and Christmas in the hospital. They took me down to the cardiac ICU, and they gave me the Milrinone.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
The magic juice.
So-called magic, but it wasn't working for me. So they started talking about an LVAD. And I was like, huh? An LVAD? I said, George has an LVAD. Because at that time he already had the LVAD.
You had known about the LVAD already.
Right. So then they were going to do the LVAD. So the day before they were going to do the LVAD surgery, I actually went into cardiogenic shock. So they went to my parents and told them that's a return for the worst. So I really thought I was dead at that point, that I could have been dead at that point.
Yeah.
But I wasn't.
Wow.
And thank God I pulled through surgery. I woke up I don't know if it was the next day, but I woke up and I was in so much pain. It was so painful. I couldn't swallow anything. I couldn't drink anything. I couldn't eat anything. So that was MPO for the time for like 2 weeks. So no food, no drink, no nothing for 2 weeks. So by the time I left the hospital, I lost 30 pounds.
Yeah. And it's not like you had excess, right?
Yeah, I didn't. So then I wasn't walking that whole time until about a week before I was leaving. I was actually finally starting to walk. And so because I wasn't having any food, my hair started falling out. So I had a picture of a comb with all my hair in it. So I lost weight. I didn't have any hair. My hair was falling out. And I was on medications, and I had the LVAD. Who wants LVAD?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, not saying that who wants it, but I feel like it's a lifesaver.
Yeah, it's a lifesaver, but it's still a nuisance, right? It's still...
Yeah, but it's still, I was 30 years old when I got the LVAD, so I was like, my life is over.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was going to be able to do anything. But I did. I lost my confidence too. So then I went to cardiac rehab. I had to go to that. I had to go to that for 6 to 8 weeks. And I finally started accepting the LVAD and accepting the fact that it's here to save my life.
Yeah.
And I'm still here, and I'm still grateful for my life. So then that was that. So then my heart transplant story. So I got on the heart transplant list, got the LVAD January 2019. December of 2019, I got on the transplant list.
What?
So I was on the list for 42 days.
What took so long to get you on the list?
Because I had a stroke before. So I had to actually bring myself back up to strength, to get my strength back and do all the different stuff before I could actually start doing the list. That's why I had to do cardiac rehab.
Yeah.
That's why. So December 16th, I got the letter saying I was on the list, and I was on I was level category 4.
Yeah.
The surgeon had talked to us and told us that I was going to be on the list for two to 3 years. So we weren't expecting to have anybody call or anything like that. So 42 days later, I got the call.
Wow.
I was like, huh?
Must be a mistake.
Yeah, I was like, huh? First of all, it was a Saturday? Was it? I think it was a Saturday. No, it was on a Friday.
Yeah.
Well, my mom and I were at the grocery store when she called, and I was like, hello? She said, yeah, we have a heart for you. I was like, huh? For Olivia? Right. Because they told me it was going to take 2 to 3 years. So I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah.
I wasn't waiting for a heart. I was just sitting here, mind my business, doing whatever. And they called me. So I was still in shock. I was shaking. My hands were shaking. Everything was shaking. My mom was at the counter buying something, and the lady was like, "What? What's wrong?" I said, "They have a heart for me. They have a heart for me. For me." She said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, for me." Yes, that's what she said. So we had to run back home, leave the grocery store, run back home, get all my stuff, and then drive straight to the hospital.
How far do you live from the hospital?
It's an hour away. Well, not, it's like 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah, it's in Baltimore. So I got to the hospital, and I was signing in. And I was just waiting for somebody to say, "Oh no, not you. No, we made a mistake."
Yeah.
So I just thought the whole time that this is so crazy. This is Olivia. Okay, we've been waiting for you. Huh? For me? I was like, this can't be real.
It's surreal, yeah.
So then, yeah, I was still in shock. My cousins were calling me on the phone. I wasn't answering. I was just like, I don't know what's going on here. I'm confused.
It's such a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, it was. So I got there and they did my blood. They did all the different tests that they do before they take you down. So I got there at like 2, and I wasn't taken down to the surgery room until after I think 11, and then they took me down. But they tell you they're going to open you up, but if the heart doesn't look as good as what they thought on the picture, then it's a no-go. So I was like, okay, that's what's going to happen. So I was going. I was like, yeah, it's fine. They're going to take me down, open me up, and I realized, oh, it's not a good heart, and then I'll go back. So I woke up on probably the next. My parents said I was up the next day, which is the Super Bowl, and they said I was up, and I told them to turn the music down or turn it off.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. But I woke up officially woke up on the Monday after I had the surgery. I was like, oh, I'm here. I'm awake. I was like, oh, I guess I was feeling around for the bag. I was like, is the bag still here? Is my drive-on still here? I was like, no, it's gone. Oh, I have a heart.
How did you feel like having a new heart beating? Like how? And it's probably a good heart. So how was that the first time you felt? I'm sure you tried to feel it or something. How was that for you?
Yeah, I was so shocked. I was like, what? I have a heart? It's a heart in me? Like it feels surreal. Really, it really does feel surreal. I was just so grateful.
Yeah,
grateful the whole time.
Was anyone in the room when you woke up?
I don't remember exactly when I woke up. Probably a nurse.
Yeah. Wow.
I think my dad was there.
So this was what, around January 2020 or something?
No, February 2020.
Okay, yeah. You did say 42 days, February. So that was, but that was just before COVID.
Yeah, right before. Because when I got home, the team told me I could go out and enjoy myself. And after that day, they were, nah, you're not going to the store anymore. Yeah. They said no stores, no crowded gatherings, no nothing. So my mom had me in the house all the time, the whole time. Did
she have to hold you in there, or were you trying to go out, or you were just you were compliant?
No, I was trying. I mean, it was cold outside, so I wasn't trying to do anything anyway. But I was able to go outside, go to parks. She would walk me around the neighborhood. The first time I walked from my house to the next house, or next door neighbor's house, and walked back. Then the next day I walked from my house to the next house after the neighbor's house. Yeah. And then so on and so forth.
Yeah. So you build yourself back slowly. But how did and we're going to come back to the beginning too, but I wanted to check this part. How did the fact that you were active before, like an elite athlete, right? So doing all this great stuff, how did that help you in your recovery process? And in the sense that it sounded like you were patient in the process and you were safe and you kind of knew what to do in a way. But how much did that play in your recovery and in your rebuild process?
I would say that I'm always hard on myself. I'm always trying to try to be the best that I could possibly be. So I'm a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And I'm very competitive. Yeah, I'm competitive. So I think that's really actually what really did it for me.
I mean, there's different type of competitive, right? Like most people might be competing against other people and stuff, or maybe part of a team, or even when you sprint or something, you're running against other people. But in this case, it's just you and your new heart. So how do you manage that spirit, that competitiveness inside you, and then how do you keep it safe? Because you can, of course, overdo it, right? So how do you make sure it's not too much? You're not being too much for your support system too, because I can see your parents and people worried about you overdoing it or something. Right.
I think I'm actually more determined. I meant to use the word determined more than anything. Yeah. I feel like I have a determination within me. Yeah. So I feel like that plays a role. My mom, I live with my mom right now. So my mom is really extra. She's being overly cautious.
She's being a
And
mom.
it's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
That's her job.
But I'm 33. I'm not 23 or 13.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really feel people think that I'm doing too much when I go to the gym
Yeah.
and post these videos.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're doing too much. Oh, slow down. Oh.
I mean, they care, and of course they don't know what's going on, but they just care, I guess. It's the way of saying they care. That's so special. I mean, it's your journey is amazing because I remember, I think we got in touch around, must be early 2019 maybe. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was.
Because soon after maybe mid 2019, because soon after you introduced me to George, and then I was talking about George and talking to George. I was like, yeah, we should hook up some days. And next week, COVID hit, right? So I mean, obviously, months are that. So it seems like this part happened quickly for you, like between the LVAD and heart transplant.
Yeah.
But like you say, you were first diagnosed in 2014, right? So a lot happened in those first 5 years. So I mean, and you were I was going to say you were just 25. Was it on the same age for me too that I found out I had this year? But it's still a young age. It's still a young age. So how was that like for you? Like finding out that you have this heart condition, and in DCM, it wasn't known. It's getting more and more known now. But like, what are some of the things that were running through your head, and how did you manage that? Like, how did you deal with that?
First thing was death. That was on my mind.
Yes.
Because I thought heart failure meant that I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there were different levels to heart failure.
Yes.
When they first told me, I was like, huh? I looked it up and I was like, huh?
What was scary about death?
I haven't done anything. I don't have any children. I don't have a husband or anything. I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
Travel the world. I wanted to be able to do what I wanted to do. And I just wanted life to be different for me.
Yeah.
And so I would get on Google and I would look at the life expectancy for people that have.
I did the same. Was it 5 years? What did you see?
Yeah, it was something crazy.
I was like research. I didn't even check the source. I just knew 5, and I was like, I'm not gonna get to 30. That's too bad.
But the thing was, it was on Google, but it was I didn't actually search it. It was actually under the
Oh, like the first results and stuff.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, I have 5 years. I have 5 years. At 25. I was only gonna make it to 30 and that's it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, and they told me I couldn't have any kids.
They said that?
Yeah, my heart was too weak to carry a pregnancy.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I was really down. I was really down and depressed about that.
Yeah.
More so than anything.
Yeah. I have a friend who's she has HCM, which is a bit different for dilated, is hypertrophic. Mm-hmm. So they told her the same thing, and she didn't get any transplant or anything. She's still on medication, but she went on to have 2 kids. But it was one of those things, like you say. She's like, they told her she couldn't have kids, and I think she just decided to ignore it. But it's a big deal. I mean, we don't think about it, but at 25, I don't think that was a priority on your list. But if they tell you cannot do it, that's tough.
They said I was gonna have to. They were gonna have to terminate the pregnancy if I got pregnant.
Yeah.
My heart function was really low back then. It was 10 to 15%. That was
too
low.
much. Yeah, you cannot. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's funny because at some point I had 11% and I was walking, right? So when you had 15%, but you don't know what's going on. So I could be on adrenaline, but I walked to the hospital and they were like, they didn't find anything. And eventually I went 3 times and eventually I came back again. I'm like, I need to see a proper person. And then they say 15%. I was like, no, sorry. They say 11%. I was like, that's not, I don't know how I was standing, but
what?
So I was super lucky.
It's so crazy. That's how the body is.
Yeah.
You don't know anything that's going on in the insides.
Wow. So how was it for your parents though? Like whoever was in your life, your partners, your friends, how was it like finding out that this was going on? I mean, you were part of a lot of team sports. Yeah. How do you deal with that?
So my family was more affected on the second stroke because that was really more massive than the first one. Yeah, my family was definitely they were there more. They were in the hospital with me more. because I was in Pittsburgh on the first one, so people weren't coming to see me because I wasn't in my home.
Yeah. So Pittsburgh, you were. Who was there with you?
My boyfriend at the time was there with me, and that was it.
Yeah. Okay, that's a lot, and then you have to come back home.
My parents came up there.
Yeah. Where's boyfriend right now?
I'm single right now. I've been single for 8 years.
I was dating. Me and my wife were dating at the time, so I remember I was getting sick, and then one Saturday, and I was going through things, right? But one Saturday I was like, you know what, I have to go to the hospital because this has been too long. And she had been traveling. She's like, come on, man, like this is our weekend together and stuff. So yeah, we went together, and then they were taking forever before they gave me the results. So in that case, so when that was happening, and they told me that the diagnosis, I was like, oh my God, you cannot stay with me.
Exactly.
I was wondering why she would be with me. Because like you said, 5 years, right? I was like, this guy is dying. What are you? Go live your life.
My time is limited.
Yeah, exactly. And she was still focusing on making this relationship. I was just like, I wasn't. Like, you're in a relationship, but your mind is not there. Like, because I'm sitting there thinking about death, and then I have to be, So, but we made it through somehow, and like, we can think about, like, I'll go to the beach, right? I'll go to the beach, and I'll go in jeans. Like, I'll have jeans on and go to the beach. Who does that? Like, I wouldn't get in the water. I was just not there, But she was always keeping on, and eventually, like, we went through all of that. Now we have 3 boys, which is, but it was a journey.
That's so amazing. That's so sweet too.
Yeah. So all that to say that it's tough on the partners.
Yeah.
I owe them a lot, but the right person will be the right person. And then, yeah. So anyway, that's my,
right.
So yours is coming soon. I know some of the guys we know got married with the LVAD and, vice versa. So
yeah, a lot of them got married.
Yeah.
But a lot of women aren't. I haven't met a woman who has been single.
Yeah, and then got somebody and then got married.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I could only think of one person that I got recently married. I think she has the LVAD. But to your point, yeah, there's a few other people that I have. Maybe they were married already. But and some of them, obviously, the same conversation comes about how you do with the LVAD, how can you do this and that with the LVAD. I guess in a safe space, but yeah, but
that's scary. I don't know how your wife went through. That.
Like those are things like I only understood being on the caregiver side when there was a kid here, like 17. He was 17 at the time, so and he got a new LVAD. So and at the time, I think his family couldn't travel to come next to me, so I was in the ICU with him. Mm-hmm. And that's when I realized, it took me back to like, sometimes what happened in ICU, I don't know, I block it out, I'm very positive. I don't remember bad stuff. So like it brought back everything because I remember I kicked out everybody out of the room. I told nobody to come visit me and things like that. I was a bear I just wanted to get better and get out of there. So this kid being there and then me trying to get him to do the right thing, drink, take your time with the soup, force yourself to eat and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It made me appreciate how much everybody else was going through watching me. It's a feeling that is, and that's why I totally feel for your parents and stuff. And that's something I cannot even imagine. I mean, it's tough being a patient, but I think it's even tougher being a caregiver or family or friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
We owe them a lot, but tell me about, how was it for your mom and, the rest of the family around you? And what are some of the things that had to change along the way?
My mom, I love my mom to death. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, daddy. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, family. My mom was definitely affected. I don't want to say more, but I feel that she's more, she was my caregiver. So I feel like she's more in tune with what's happening with me and what's going on with me. So I feel like for her, it's more of a. In fact, I almost died too, so I had to remember that. I think for her, she's really protective of me.
Yeah.
My brothers too. They're really protective over me too. My dad is too.
That's in the girl. I cannot talk to that, but I know it's always special. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we'll have to get them someday. I want to get the family on this call at some point, but we'll get them, on another time we'll do part two and we'll have the family speak to you. I did that a few times last year where we had, people on the call and like family or caregivers on the call. And some of them were very intense and special. I don't know why I haven't been telling you about it. Yeah, I'll share those videos if you actually have the videos. And you can also, the video and the audio experience are different, right? Like, so, but there was one episode, my favorite one is, they're all my favorite, but there's one that was special because we were laughing all along or like throughout the thing. And then there was a lot of sad moments. There was even tears, like people were crying. And then there was a singing. One of the husband-in-law sings. I saw him singing at the funeral of this person's. And then I was like, "Can you sing for us?" And it was a beautiful moment.
Oh wow!
So it's like a healing process. I'm hoping that they get the care that they need themselves, right?
Exactly.
For me, it was tough to learn to accept help or to ask for help. But what was the challenge for you in those relationships? Like, I love being independent. So, and I don't like to complain. So I don't know what it is for you. What was tough that you had to work on?
I'm independent. I like being independent, doing things by myself, doing things for myself, and and not having anybody come and tell me what to do.
Yeah.
So my mom and I bump heads a lot. I feel like I like to do my own thing, and she likes to come and bring me back to reality.
But hopefully you appreciate it as much as it's tough.
Yeah, of course. I appreciate it, of course. Yeah.
So let me close this segment with a message. I think your mom is like, I have my mother-in-law here, I call her MVP. So she's my MVP because I feel like I give her the most hard time.
Oh man.
But I'm assuming your mom is your MVP, but if you had a message for her, what would it be?
Thank you so much for being who you are, being a good mom. You've been my caretaker, my best friend, and I really thank you a lot. I love you.
I love it. We love you, mommy. I'm gonna switch it out a little bit. We're gonna keep talking about this, but I wanna kind of add some visuals to it. So I kind of snuck into your Instagram page. So there's a few, I think, nice, interesting photos that people can see so they can appreciate what I've been talking about. And then this first one, I love it because I don't know if you can see already, but it's coming up. And this is your new page, I think, because I've seen some other pictures. But this one, I love it because of the Flojo, of course. And then this is, you're talking about your first first flag ball and 2013. Obviously, it's a little bit soon before the crazy incidents. But tell us about this day.
So I was playing flag football for the first time in my life. Oh, I got so many memories. I was standing outside of my house. My mom took a picture. Yeah.
And you had Flojo there. What's that about?
My old track name.
Yeah.
My old track name was Flojo.
Your name was Flojo? Wow.
Yeah.
You must have been good.
Yeah, I was fast.
Were you also fierce like her? Like she had the looks and all the other stuff.
And the nails.
Yeah.
Had nails.
Did you do all of that?
Yeah.
You need to share some of those pictures with us. I want to see some of the Flojo.
I don't know if I have any pictures of that. That was so long ago.
Yeah, no. I can imagine. This is you, right?
Yeah.
And then this is 2020. Obviously, we're not going with the order, but this is your LVAD, and I see which LVAD was it for you?
It was Heartmate 3.
Heartmate 3. Okay, I have the same. I tell people that's the best, but they think I was biased because I was talking to George, and he could only have 4 hours at a time in his batteries because he had the other one, and I'm like, I couldn't live with that. I love this one because I could put it on at 7 and come back at midnight.
Yeah, you can. Actually, the battery lasts so long.
So how was living with this? Because I see now you have like a funny pack. It seems like you're trying to make it stylish.
The controller in the front part and the batteries in the second part.
Yeah.
And it actually cut holes in it, so it would fit. The cords would fit in there. Yeah, and I just had this was at my house. I wasn't in the gym or anything like that. I was in the house, just taking a selfie.
Love it. Selfies. I tell people you cannot Photoshop selfies. That's my theory. This is the other aspect where you had to let me finish here first and go. But like this one, it seemed like you had to adjust a lot, like in terms of how you wear clothes and having accessories. So from like a And I know, and it's not even being vain. We want to be functional. We want to also look good at the same time. Like
Right.
when I put on my LVAD, I put mine outside now because I don't want to wear these things that makes me look bulky and stuff. So how was it? How was it adjusting like to the physical side of the LVAD, like carrying it around, extra weight? I mean, those things were not light either.
Well, the first girl who taught me how to put it in a fanny pack was a girl named Sakila.
Yeah.
She came to the hospital when I got my LVAD surgery done, and she talked to me and she told me the different things, trying to get me up to speed with the different things that LVAD patients do. And so she told me about the fanny pack thing. So that's how I got the fanny pack. It was hard wearing clothes. I'm a girl, so obviously, it's hard. It's hard to actually wear. Well, not wear. It's not hard to wear, but I feel like it's not girly enough to wear. Like you had to have bags. Like so, I had a lot of fanny packs. I had fanny packs. I had backpacks. I had this one black backpack that I used to go hiking in. So I put the whole entire thing in the backpack and just wear the backpack. Like guys can wear. You can wear the LVAD. It'll be fine. But for us, it's like I need something more stylish. Yeah.
And how did you kind of keep it safe? Because I mean, this is something that's going to your heart, so you don't want it to tag and snag and get caught on things or have an infection. How did you do that? How did you manage that? And who was helping you take care of it?
I was doing my own dressing changes, my own what's the thing called, the dry line cleaning and all the different stuff like that.
Was she trying to do it?
Actually, when I first came home, my mom and my dad had to help me because I didn't have, my right hand wasn't functioning well when I got back home. So they had to do it. And then my nurse had to do it sometimes. But after that whole period, I was doing it myself. Yeah.
And did you get like any complications with the LVAD, like any infection or anything like that?
Nope.
Perfect.
And no problems with LVAD. I didn't have any infections. I was washing myself like I was crazy.
Yeah.
Had the gloves on, the mask, the hat thing. Yeah. Had it all on.
That's great. And I mean, last thing here, you look like you were still fit, like active, and you mentioned hiking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How important was that you could still do those things? Obviously, it might have taken a while to get there, but and why was it any helpful to you, like in that journey, in that period between the LVAD and the transplant?
Yeah, I feel like it was. I feel like it built me to be who I am today. I feel like without that whole experience, I wouldn't have been who I am right now. I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
What was the other question?
Because you were very active, and then obviously the LVAD allows you to gain some of that activity back. But how much important was it? Like, basically, what did it mean to you to be able to still do hiking? And were you social at the time? Were you able to like go hiking and do things with other people?
Yeah, it was everything to me. Fitness is something that I take pride in doing. I love working out. I love working my muscles. I love looking great and everything like that. I love fitness. Fitness is something that's very near and dear to my heart. I love fitness. I love nutrition. I love all the stuff that comes with it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was definitely very important to me.
It's great that you're maintaining, and I think it's the biggest, even dealing with stress, I feel like that's the best way. And you already had such a solid foundation that it was much easier to go. I mean, look at this. Look at, like, what is it? What do they call you guys? Because I know we have like Iron Man and those. Like, this is elite. So
this is bodybuilding.
Yes.
But so there's levels.
Yeah.
So versus bikini. Bikini is they have less muscle showing. They have figure. This is what this is. Figure, it doesn't have that much. It has a little more muscle than bikini. And they have physique, which is more muscles.
Yeah.
And they have bodybuilding, which is all muscles, nothing but muscles dripping everywhere. So this is my first show. Really horrible.
You say, look, what do you mean horrible? I mean, to us, this is like, I mean, we couldn't even dream of this. Why you say horrible? What's up?
I wasn't defined yet.
Yeah.
This is my first ever show. Yeah. But I didn't know how to pose right. I wasn't posing right at all.
I love the attitude though, like you had on yourself. It's like this was nothing.
Yeah.
I love this. So yeah, this picture was intriguing. Because you're like, are these like donuts or something?
Yes. So in Pittsburgh, there's this really good donut place. I don't remember the name of it. There's a really good donut place in Pittsburgh that has really good donuts. And it was after I had the stroke.
Yeah.
I think it was the day 2 or day 3 I was in the hospital, and my friend brought me some.
Oh my God! Did they let you have it?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is special, and I think it was it's like comfort, right? So it's probably the last medication you needed to recover at the moment. But how long?
Yeah.
How many days did it take you to finish this?
I don't even think I finished it because I was dieting. So
Yeah.
I had to do a show. So I was dieting. I was dieting for months. So this is the first sweet thing.
Oh my God.
The first food I actually had. So when I had the stroke, I wasn't allowed to eat anything.
Yeah.
So this was actually the first food that I had.
Oh my God. You went through such changes, and look at you killing it here. Wait, this is you? You look different.
Yeah. Yeah, it's me.
It must be the angle, but you look different. And then look at this. Like, I have so much respect. Okay, so is this one a little bit better than before? Like,
a little. Yeah, it's better. I'm just joking. So this is when I was actually training for my the national show in Pittsburgh.
yeah.
That was what I was posing for.
So since you got back, like the first time you got back to Baltimore, have you gone to Pittsburgh again? Have you gone back to Pittsburgh? Like, are you living in Baltimore now or Pittsburgh?
No, I lived in Maryland, but the show was in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but do you get to go back? Were you able to go back to Pittsburgh? Just so, I don't know, I'm assuming you had friends there or something?
No. I went to school in Pittsburgh, but I feel like I don't go up there for anything. I don't really like Pittsburgh like that.
I like this one, but mostly for the caption, because when I go to my doctor, I always take selfies, right? And I always take selfies with them. Like, I have like, at some point I was like, let me stop you. But I have like hundreds of selfies with everybody, sometimes even like staff members and
so cool.
the handyman. Yeah. So it's like, of course you think it's corny, but I'm like, this is I don't know, it's my journey.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not corny at all.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think about it. Like, it's when I start to overthinking, I'm like, but no, they don't mind either. Like, one of the doctors got on the step so he can be taller. So, but this is cool. I mean,
you're really tall, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
you're really tall, aren't you?
I'm a giant. I tell people, when you're 6, you are tall. When you're my height, you're a giant.
Right.
But that's why you introduced me to Borg, because he's also tall. And then I saw the picture of his brother, and his brother is taller than him. But yeah, I'll post the memory line in a bit. Just wanted to do 2 more. So this was, you went through so many surgery, but then how you smile at the hospital? Like, how you able to keep the smile when you truly like just escape death? Like, how do you pull that up?
I don't know. My heart is filled with joy.
Yeah.
I'm joyful all the time.
Did you go through moments where you were like mentally, I think I catch you, sorry. No, I'm saying I caught you. I'm sorry about that. Did you go through moments where you were like not able to smile, like where you were down or maybe depressed or like struggling in that part? And how do you deal with that?
When I had the LVAD, I was always down. 2019 was the year of tears. That's what I call it, the year of tears.
Yeah.
I was crying every day, out of nowhere. Didn't matter where I was always crying.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I didn't think that I would get to where I am today. I think that's the main reason why I was.
You were like desperate? Like you were feeling desperate?
Not desperate. I was feeling depressed.
Yeah.
More than anything.
And how do you manage that? Like, how did you come out of that funk?
I had a therapist, and she told me that that's remarkable. I started sharing my story, actually. A lot of people feel that my story is one of overcoming, of doing different things like that, and I also feel that I wasn't myself. So I didn't have my hair. I had to cut all my hair off. So I was a baldy. I was walking around with this bag, this LVAD, and a bag on my backpack.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel pretty anymore. My body looked like I lost 30 pounds. So I lost everything.
Yeah.
So I was walking around looking like a boy. I just feel like I was in a dark place in those days.
That makes sense. And you say you saw a therapist. Are you still seeing a therapist, or you just pause it for now?
But I see a therapist.
You still okay? Yeah. How often?
Yeah, forever.
Forever.
Yeah, I feel like having a therapist is not anything. It doesn't mean anything's wrong with you. It just means that
Were you seeing a therapist before, like before you got sick, or is it after you got sick?
no, after I got sick. That's I mean, LVAD is definitely life changing.
Yeah.
Especially for a young person, it's definitely life changing.
Yeah.
Your life is definitely just changes, and you have to go through and live your life like a regular person, and you're not regular.
I'm also asking that because I have I'm seeing a therapist out. Like sometimes we see each other weekly, we change the frequency every other week or monthly. But to your point, yeah, and it's the LVAD is like the journey is like a permanent stressor. Like like you said, you deal with so many things.
Exactly.
And for me, what I found it that was basically the most important part of my journey, like making sure I had the mental health care that supported, because like physically, it was tough. Like you said, you lose weight and you don't like the look. Mm-hmm. But the toughest for me was the mental part. So I was just glad that happened.
Matter of fact, LVAD is 90% mental.
I like that.
Literally 90% mental.
I like that.
And 10% everything else.
90% mental. I love that. I think that's very important. Because my team will say you need a support system, but like to me it was, I'm definitely quoting that 90% mental.
It is. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of, like, there were times I wake up in the morning, I just didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to plug my batteries up to the charger. And I don't feel like doing it today. I used to say, I don't feel like doing it today.
Yeah. I used to tell my wife, at some point I told actually everybody, my wife and my therapist, I'm like, I'll leave because I have to live, right? Like you have obligation, you have to do this and that. But life had no flavor, It was like, I was just here.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go anywhere, of course, because I cannot afford that, but I was just here. So I saw this and you mentioned, and I wanted to know how much like this level of spirituality or maybe even a religion played in your journey. You say you owe God everything. Tell us about that.
I do. God has brought me through not one, but 2 strokes.
Yeah.
He brought me through LVAD surgery, brought me through heart transplant, and everything else that I've been through in my life.
Yes.
God was there.
Yeah.
So I feel like everything that I've been through, everything that I do should be to God's glory because He's given me so much to be grateful for. And I feel like I've grown closer to God and actually have more of a relationship with Him.
Yeah.
Because of the experience that I went through, and He's everything. He's everything. And I owe Him my life.
I love that. I appreciate that. I think, and I was going to ask you about, I had this question, but you already kind of touched on it, like you have a closer relationship with God now. Has your image of God changed throughout this journey? Like, because in my case, I know at some point I was done. I was like, this God is not telling me anything. But but like I had to talk to people and talk to the chaplain, and what happened is literally she's like, your image of God is different now, so you have to like look at it. So that was my kind of my switch, right? But yours could be maybe a different transition, a different journey. So how was it like a before after or some transformation along the way that you felt?
So I've always been saved since I've been young. I've always been in the church, around God. But I feel like the thing that's changed is my faith. It's actually grown.
Yeah.
Since I've been sick. Every morning I sit with God and I talk to Him and I meditate and I do devotional with Him. And it feels different. I feel like it's what it's called, spiritual growth. It's what it's called.
Yeah.
I feel definitely like I've morphed. I don't know if that's the right thing to say, the right word to use.
It's a word that God is telling you right now, so that's it.
Yeah, it's just wonderful.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm so grateful for everything that He's done for me, and He's just beyond words.
We can talk forever, but I'm gonna find a way to wrap this up at some point and also let you go. So thanks for bearing with me a little bit more. But I wanted to touch on a few things right now. What is life like? How you living life? What's next? What should we be looking out for? What are you? I mean, you probably don't like to share, but what are you able to share with us? What should people be looking out for and stuff like that?
Yeah, sure. So I'm writing a book right now, but it's not gonna be ready anytime soon. I'm baking. I have a business called Desserts by Liv, so I'm doing that. I want to start.
So how do people order from you? How do we place an order?
They go to dessertsbyliv.com.
Okay.
And place the order there.
You have to deliver in Boston to me. I don't know how, but we'll have to figure that out. You have to deliver to us in Boston.
Oh yeah, we'll have to figure that part out.
Maybe we'll come get it.
Come. Bring the babies and your wife with you.
No, we have a DC trip plan, so I'll definitely make sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we'll come back. So you baking, you're working on a book. What else?
So I want to start a fitness blog website thing that has recipes, it has nutritious stuff, exercises, meal plans, all that different stuff.
And how's that coming? I'm talking to you now as a business person now because there's gonna be collaboration opportunities.
No, it's fine. I don't mind. And I'm getting my personal training certification again, so now I'm going to be a personal training again. And that's probably not it. I'm always doing something, so I feel like I want to start my own YouTube channel, doing exercises, different things for the legs, for the arms, the back.
So will all of this be like integrated or will it be separate? Like, because like you have the baking, will it be part of your nutrition planning or will it be separate?
No, it's gonna be separate. Stay over there. It's gonna be separate because I feel like everything. I'm trying to talk fitness and exercising. I can be selling cakes and donuts and desserts while I'm doing that.
With healthy desserts.
Well, yeah. I don't like healthy desserts. I feel like it's actually defeats the whole purpose of having desserts.
So how do you balance that? Like, so are you gonna be talking to people about how to balance? Those.
Yes, I feel like the balance. You can always have cake. There's nothing wrong with having cake. You can't go and eat a whole entire. You can't buy slices of cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like there's definitely a balance. A balance with that whole thing.
Yeah. I'm excited. I think I'm definitely gonna follow up some of those things you mentioned. Because with the foundation here, we starting a program about hypertension screening and control. And a big part of that, obviously, like you mentioned, is nutrition and some of the other stuff, physical activity. And we've been trying to we partner with local folks, people, organizations. We also use platforms online where basically one of our partners in France is trying to be the Netflix of wellness, right? So they have content providers and you have it on YouTube too, but like this is one place you can go. And we also trying to connect our community to those things. So that's like one idea. I'm like, we need to talk about that. But I love sweet stuff. I'll travel to Baltimore for cake, trust me.
I love sweets too, but I feel like I have cake. I can have cookies, just not 10 cookies. I
used to eat once I'll force myself and I will only eat once a week. Like, so my weekend, it's like my support day. And I try my rest day, I guess, and I wouldn't have anything at home. So I'll have to go outside and go get it.
Right. Yeah. I'm definitely a sweets person. I like candy more than anything.
Yeah. What's your favorite candy?
More than cookies and cakes and different things like that. I don't like cake that much. I feel like cake is something that I don't eat birthday cakes when they do birthday cakes. I don't do cookies. My cookies, I eat them to taste them, but I feel like I don't really have a real desire. But candy, fruity candy, oh yeah, bring it on.
I love it. I'm just going through some of your reels, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try this and see if I survive.
It's not hard.
Yeah, you say so.
See, I was a personal trainer before I started doing bodybuilding competitions.
Yeah.
So I was training before.
So I'm definitely gonna make a note to myself. One of my goals is, I'm still on the list. So at some point, I'm gonna get I'm active now, fairly active. I do a bit of stuff, but
Yeah.
after my transplant, I'm definitely gonna go get like personal trainer. So you're definitely on my list, and then we gotta make it happen.
Yeah, of
Our
course.
nanny teases me. She's like, you need to be ready for a GQ photo shoot. So
Exactly.
definitely on the list after the transplant. So be ready. Keep the spot open for me.
I will, definitely, of course.
So we have some last pictures here before I switch Instagram off. I think this one is a recent one, right?
My
This
first
one
trip.
it says July.
So my first trip was the previous picture. My first international trip.
Oh yeah. Oh, why did I close that? And where was that? I'll get to it now.
Turks and Caicos.
Okay. Let me go to that and come back. Because the other thing I noticed is there's only two kind of guests on your page, two other people that you ever posted on your page.
Who other people?
I saw Black Panther. I mean, there's interviews, but I saw Black Panther at Chadwick Boseman, and I also saw Kamala Harris.
Yes.
And the judge now. But I come back to that. Yeah, this one is the one you were out.
Yes, I was in Turks and Caicos.
Nice. Yeah. About last night, we won't ask. How was it? How did it feel to be outside for the first time?
I didn't do anything while I was there. I just sat on the beach.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal. Did you get in the water?
Yeah, yes. I went in the water. It was so great.
Yeah. I got into the water with my LVAD one time. I think everyone was scared that. Yeah, no, I didn't swim, but I was all the way to my waist, and my kids. Yeah.
The first time I went, I took my shower bag with me. I just put it inside the shower bag, and I was just sitting by the water. My mom was gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. How was your mom?
She was so annoyed. She was just so mad. I'm like, what are you so mad for? I'm just going right here. You're standing right next to me.
Yeah, but you can understand why she's scared.
You're gonna fall into the water. I'm like, how am I gonna fall into the water?
Yeah. Just talk about that. What about this guy? What did he mean to you? On Black Panther, like, what's tell us about him. What's special about him, like, to you?
So when he got, I didn't really know he was sick, but everybody kept saying, "Oh, he looks so. Look at him. He looks so sick. He looks like he's going through something. He looks so." Or I actually wrote a blog piece on this topic. He looks so sick, and he were, "Oh, what's wrong with him? He doesn't look good." And so it brought me back to when I was sick and I was in the hospital, and I was so sick. I didn't look like myself. I just saw myself in him.
Yeah.
I actually saw being sick, being helpless, going through different things like that, losing weight, losing everything. I just actually felt that connection with him.
Yeah, for me it was interesting because people were just calling me. They were just calling me, and yeah, it made me. I felt for him, and I felt for his family.
Especially his family.
And then the fact that he didn't. Like, it's because they had it for years, right? So he didn't share it with anybody and stuff. And I related so much to that because I was like, you just want to be seen as a normal person. You just want to live, right?
Right.
But his loss was big. So, no one can replace him. But then I saw...
people don't know anything about being sick.
The other thing is now, being sick is being more visible because at their part, a lot of people are just ignoring. They don't know. So now, hopefully, at least the positive part is that people get to appreciate and keep their mouth shut for a little bit.
Exactly. Please.
And this is our vice president.
President of the United States of America.
The real boss, right? How was this moment for you? Like, because obviously being a person of color is special, but also being a fierce woman, like, didn't compromise, right? Like, she's
right.
So how was that? Like, how did that mean to you to have her elected? Or
Well, it was great when I circled her name on the paper. It was a great moment. It was definitely great. I feel because my family is Dominican and Ghanaian.
Yeah.
That I just felt the whole little connection thing. Her father was Jamaican, her mom was Indian.
Yeah.
I felt like there was that two thing like for me.
Yeah.
And just having somebody who's looks like me up there representing the United States of America as vice president is just something that's so special to me.
Yeah. You sound like many of those younger girls that were talking about too. So that's special.
Yeah.
And then to your point, like being children of immigrants and all they're going through, and being represented is just amazing. So
yeah.
I'm super good. We keep joking. We're not joking, but every time we do something, my wife goes in and is like, "Joe, we did it, Joe." It's like we did it, Joe. So it's special. Obviously, there's always going to be negativity, but we go with that. I said it was the last one, but there's one I forgot. This is my last. I promise, last.
Okay.
And then we'll switch over. You say your heart is in Africa. I want to hear about this one. Where was this, and what was happening here? And 2017. Well, that's when it was posted, but.
My grandfather passed away at the end of 2016. So in January of 2017, we went back to Ghana and buried him.
Yeah.
Ghana is just a wonderful place. when you get off the plane, it's like you smell this. It has this smell. This great smell when you get off the plane. It smells like smoke, and the air is just thick.
Yeah.
You just know you've made it to Africa.
I love it.
Like I love Ghana.
How often have you been there?
I've been there 3 times.
When is the next time?
I haven't been recently because of the COVID. They don't have like real treatment there for people who get COVID, so I can't go into it in Ghana. My mom went there for a month. My mom is there right now. My brother's there.
They left you behind. That's not fair. You should stay here together and suffer.
Exactly. Yeah, but I felt like she really deserved the trip. She's been doing everything for me.
Yeah.
And so she deserved to go.
So how's it being an African here? And you have such strong heritage because you say Dominican, right? So how does that play in who you are and in being in America and it, times that we're living in too, right? It's a quite of a mix. How's that? Yeah, like how do you live that in your skin and your mind and your body?
So first of all, people don't think I'm Ghanaian. So I'm...
No. You have to say who don't think that. The Ghanaians don't think you are Ghanaian?
Yeah. And Dominicans don't think I'm Dominican. Because I don't look, even though there are Ghanaians that are way lighter than I am.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, so I had to fight with that. But I feel like the music, I love the music. I love actually both musics. I love both. I can dance to salsa.
Yeah.
I can dance to African music. I feel a close connection to Ghana though.
I love it. I like the spirit. I like what you said in between, being between different countries and stuff. And not being. So my story is a bit similar. My dad is from Senegal. My mom is from Mali. Those are neighboring countries. Yeah. So they literally, to me, they're the same. But if you go there, you're from there, vice versa. My uncle teased me. And then I mostly grew up in South Africa. So my accent is all... I was there for like 11 years. Like I studied there and I worked there. And that's why I got sick the first time. And my first son was born. Like a big part of my life was there.
Oh, but what part?
I was in Pretoria. That's where I studied and I work in Joburg. But I traveled across the country like for work and stuff like that. So
my gosh. Cape Town, South Africa.
Yeah.
I would live there. I would definitely go live there if I could.
It's beautiful. You should go. I mean, they have good heart doctors. The first surgery was done there.
Exactly.
We put on a list. So tell us about the list. What's on the bucket list now? Because I know traveling is a big part. So what countries are on the list? And you have to put Senegal there because Senegal will,
my cousin
will make you forget about Ghana.
Yeah, my cousin actually spent some time in Senegal for a summer. So that's on my list. South Africa, I've already been there. Greece is on my list. Thailand, Bali is on my list. Paris, London, of course. Italy is definitely on my list. I have like 50 countries on my list.
Great. I mean, you have a lot to do. And it's going to happen fast. So yeah, make sure you tell us about those trips. Let's make sure we follow it. But I'm super excited. I always tell a lot of people that, like, we're going to have a follow-up. So we're going to have another one of this.
Yeah.
And I might have to have your mom in there. But thank you so much for this moment. I'll let you have the last few words. What are some of, like, any last comment you had for anybody that might be listening to this? And then maybe, what message you will have for us?
Always think positive. That negative thoughts out of your head. Always think positive. Always take care of yourself first. Take care of your mental health. If you need help with anything, see a therapist or somebody you can talk to. See a therapist. Don't be ashamed about having any mental breakdowns or anything like that. And just live your life. Live life to the fullest. Live life because it's a gift, and you should think of it as a gift every day. You wake up in the morning.
I forgot about this part. Your blog, I don't see it anymore.
So I didn't want to do it anymore because it wasn't really picking up traction the way I wanted it to. So
you don't know who's reading it. You never know who's reading it.
That's true. But I'm moving it over to the fitness blog.
Okay. So we'll see get it at some point. Yeah. No. I'm saying it because I went through a phase where I don't post at all and talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
But trust me, you never know who's reading it.
Exactly. That's very true.
Yeah. So hopefully we bring it back soon, and the fans are waiting. So I'll speak for the fans. We want it back.
Exactly.
But thank you so much, Miss Olivia Rose. This was a lot of fun. I'm even more excited to come talk to you again. And I want to talk to your mom. I want to hear her side of the story. So we'll make that happen. But thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
We are reminded that we are all connected through our experiences of friends, family, and community. We thank our guests for your generosity of heart, looking beyond your sorrows to share your journeys and inspire others. And thank you for listening to this episode. We hope it did your heart good. Visit us online for more resources at heartofagiant.org.